Remember those viral rumors claiming Nike had slammed the brakes on Caitlin Clark's signature shoes? Yeah, those aged like milk. Not only were they wrong, they were hilariously wrong. Nike didn't just stay in the game, they doubled down. That's right, Caitlin Clark isn't getting one shoe, she's getting two. And both drops are already turning heads, shattering narratives, and setting up a new sneaker era in women's basketball. So it look like there is a Caitlin Clark Nike shoe that is set to be released on June the 1st, but that is like the only release coming for 2025. Here's the scoop. Nike will roll out the Caitlin Clark Nike Kobe 5 Pro Tro Indiana Fever Edition on June 1st, 2025. Then, just as the WNBA postseason heats up, they'll drop a second pair, the Kobe 6 Pro Tro Light Armory Blue, on October 1st. These aren't just slapped-together colorways with a Clark tag. These are calculated moves, smartly timed, deeply intentional, and symbolically powerful. Let's rewind to the panic moment for a second. Those early whispers that Nike had bailed on Caitlin's shoe deal, it set social media ablaze. Fans were confused. Commentators were furious. TikTok turned into a conspiracy theory breeding ground. People were debating sneaker economics like it was the stock market. And everyone, from hardcore hoop heads to casual Clark supporters, was asking the same thing. Why would Nike invest $28 million just to vanish before the first box hit shelves, making it worse? Radio silence. No clarification from Nike. Nothing from Clark's team. Just a swirling vortex of internet speculation, ripe for trolls and hot takes. That vacuum gave haters the perfect stage. Suddenly people were questioning Clark's stardom, Nike's faith in women's sports, and whether the whole thing was doomed from the start. Here's what they were really doing. Instead of rushing a Caitlin one to market, Nike was crafting something iconic. They didn't want a one-season wonder. They wanted to connect Clark to basketball immortality. And that's where Kobe comes in. By launching her debut drops under the Kobe Pro Tro line, Nike isn't just making sneakers, they're making a statement. Granted, these isn't Caitlin Clark's signature shoes, but hell, anything released from Caitlin Clark shoe-wise is legendary. This is about legacy. The Kobe line isn't some throwaway collection. It's sacred ground in basketball culture. And now, it's Clark's launchpad. That Kobe 5 Indiana Fever Edition, it's more than a shoe, it's a torch being passed. From one of the game's greatest to the brightest rising star in the sport, and the timing, absolutely dialed in. June 1st, 2025 drops right as Clark kicks off her second WNBA season. She'll have a full rookie year under her belt, national TV audiences locked in, and sky-high momentum. Nike's betting this will be the moment to unleash her sneaker era, and they're not wrong, 'cause see, this is the sneaker right here, Caitlin Clark rockin'. This is the shoe that's coming out with June the 1st at Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark is tagged in this one. She's tagged. Let's not overlook the design strategy either. The Indiana Fever branding is baked into the Kobe 5 colorway, grounding Clark's identity not just in her personal brand, but in the team and league she's elevating. Nike isn't half committing here. They're tying her story to a franchise transformation and using her as the centerpiece of their women's basketball campaign. And yes, they're slapping a premium price tag on it. Not because they're greedy, but because Clark moves product. Her jersey sales have been out of control. Her game broadcasts are pulling in NFL-style viewership. If anyone can justify a high-end sneaker debut, it's Caitlin Clark. This isn't speculative hype. It's cold, hard market power. Caitlin Clark, yes, bro, Indiana Fever started at 190, bro. These shoes are coming out June 1st. I promise you, bro. They're coming out June 1st, and everybody's going to be looking silly when they do, bro. Tell me what I know. I believe these shoes coming out. Wondering if people will buy? Try getting your hands on one of her jerseys right now. Or check the eBay listings for anything with her name on it. The demand is real, and Nike knows they've got a generational draw. Clark doesn't just play the game. She moves it. And now she's about to move the sneaker world too. So to the doubters, the haters, and every anonymous burner account that screamed overrated when the shoe rumors dropped, might want to sit this one out. Caitlin Clark's shoe game is officially activated, and the only thing being canceled now is every lazy narrative that said she couldn't carry the load. She's not just wearing greatness, she's walking in it, literally. And this is only the beginning. Like whenever Michael Jordan signed with Nike, that's what they looking for out of Caitlin, bro. Caitlin can single-handedly, tell you what I know, fix their problem. Caitlin can fix their financial woes if they really. Let's talk about Nike's other experiment, shall we? A'ja Wilson, the self-declared queen of the WNBA, finally got her signature shoe this year. And what did it do? Fizzle harder than a soda left open overnight. Despite all the noise, her sneaker launch barely made a ripple. No sellouts, no cultural moment, no sneakerhead buzz, just a polite golf clap and some overly filtered IG posts. Nike rolled the dice thinking Wilson was the moment, but turns out the market disagreed. You can't force hype, especially when the spotlight's already been hijacked by someone casually pulling up from the logo. Now contrast that with Caitlin Clark, who hasn't even dropped her own line yet, and is already outpacing Wilson in buzz, coverage, and consumer anticipation. Nike isn't blind. They've been watching the numbers. After a shaky year financially, they needed a jolt. Enter Clark, the ratings magnet, jersey seller, arena filler, and soon-to-be sneaker slayer. The timing of these Clark releases isn't coincidence. It's a calculated pivot. Nike needed a win. Wilson's line was a miss. And Caitlin Clark, she's the reset button, the star Nike needs, not the one they tried to manufacture. All right, let's set the record straight. Caitlin Clark's sneaker era isn't just rolling out. It's being orchestrated like a billion-dollar brand launch. And we're only in Act 1. Sources have confirmed that her first release, the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Indiana Fever Edition, isn't just a splash of team colors and a name stitched on the heel. This shoe is Clark-specific, crafted with personal details and stylistic nods that scream, "Welcome to the Clark era." Sneakerheads are already plotting how to cop, and basketball fans, they've got June 1st circled, highlighted, and set with a phone alarm. As one source put it, anything Caitlin Clark puts her name on? But what if I told you that Nike's just getting warmed up? Because Clark isn't just getting one drop in 2025, she's getting two. That's right. The second release, set for October 1st, is the Caitlin Clark Nike Kobe 6 Protro Light Armory Blue. And this one's different. This isn't fever-themed. This isn't team-tied. This is the beginning of Clark's own brand identity. Separate, distinct, and ready to stand on its own. All these shoes right here that are scheduled to be coming out in October. Let's talk rarity for a second. 2 shoe drops in 1 calendar year for a player without a signature line. That doesn't just happen. It's practically unheard of. Most athletes get 1 collab, if they're lucky, maybe a special colorway on a general release. But Clark, she's getting a carefully timed strategic 2-part rollout. And it's no accident that the second drop hits in October, just as college basketball returns and attention starts shifting away from the WNBA. It's Nike saying, we're not letting her fade from the spotlight, not for 1 second. So Caitlin Clark will have her own line of Kobe sneakers, bro. That is what it's looking like. The color choice, Light Armory Blue, marks a clear departure from the franchise first approach of the Indiana edition. This is about Caitlin as a brand, as an icon, as a name that sells, regardless of what jersey she's wearing. Nike's sending a message here. We're not just tying Clark to the fever. We're building her as the standalone star she already is. There's a shoe that is scheduled to be coming out first, and then there's another shoe that is scheduled to be released on October the 1st. Is that these shoes are coming out maybe 4 or 5 months apart. Could it be leading us into Caitlin Clark's signature shoe being released? I think that is the plan that Nike is strategizing, and that's the plan they're doing, Alchabut. Compare this to how Nike rolls out shoes for most athletes, and the difference is obvious. Typically, they test the waters with 1 collaboration, 1 drop, maybe a second colorway if things go well. But with Clark, it's different. From the moment she signed that deal, the hype's been nuclear, and Nike's treating it accordingly. They're spacing the releases just 4 months apart, giving each time to breathe, build its own buzz, and dominate a different stretch of the sports calendar, getting us ready for the blast-off moment, and that is Caitlin Clark's signature shoe coming out, dawg. Nike's not doing this just for hype. This is a live market test. They're laying the groundwork, collecting data, tracking demand, and prepping the runway for what looks more and more like a full-blown Caitlin Clark signature shoe in 2026. That's the play. This is the test phase. And so far, she's passing with flying colors. The straight facts, I'm standing on business about this one here. Now, we know Caitlin Clark do have a signature shoe that is scheduled to be coming out with Nike, probably, allegedly, this is probably 2026. And if it was my guess, I believe Caitlin Clark's shoe is going to be coming out in 2026. Now, you might be wondering, if all this is happening, why aren't we calling these signature shoes already? Great question. And the answer reveals Nike's entire blueprint. What Clark has now are collaborations. That means she's customizing and co-signing existing silhouettes, specifically from the Kobe Protro line. She's bringing her flavor, her style, her story, but she's not yet designing from scratch. A signature shoe, by contrast, is built from the ground up. The tech, the fit, the look, it's all designed to reflect that one athlete's game, identity, and influence. That's the level Nike's moving toward, but they're not skipping steps. This isn't hesitation, it's strategy. It's the same formula Nike used with some of their biggest stars. Start with collabs to spark buzz, establish market traction, and then unleash the signature once the hype is undeniable and the audience is locked in. And with Clark, that day looks closer than ever. So don't get it twisted, this isn't Nike holding back. This is Nike positioning Clark, methodically, masterfully, as the next face of basketball. Every drop, every colorway, every move is building something bigger. This isn't just about sneakers. This is about legacy. And Caitlin Clark is lacing up for something historic. These Kobe collaborations aren't just limited edition collectibles. They're a calculated transition phase. Think of them as the runway to Caitlin Clark's own sneaker empire. Nike is using this moment to build excitement and collect critical feedback, all while quietly developing what could be the most anticipated women's basketball signature shoe of this generation. It's not hesitation, it's precision. Nike's saying, we believe in Caitlin's long game, and we're playing it. Smart Money says 2025 is Nike's live fire test lab. Every drop, every sellout, every Instagram unboxing and TikTok sneaker review is being tracked. It's all valuable intel shaping what a true Caitlin Clark signature line will look like in 2026 and beyond. They're building momentum drop by drop, stacking up cultural capital that'll pay off in a signature shoe launch so big it'll feel like a Super Bowl commercial. And make no mistake, this isn't just about two pairs of sneakers, this is about brand architecture. Nike is laying the foundation to elevate Clark from basketball superstar to cultural icon. After a rough fiscal year, they're betting big that Clark can energize not just the WNBA fan base, but the entire women's sports category. She's not just part of Nike's future, she is the future. The release dates aren't just when the shoes are ready. They're precision moments designed to dominate headlines and drive sales. What we're watching isn't a product launch, it's a coronation. Caitlin Clark isn't just wearing greatness, she's redefining it. And Nike's making sure the whole world watches her do it.